Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Westerado. We are the kind rambler wandering the countryside. You can see we've already hit 119% of the map. And we're not quite done yet. I think there's like 165% of the map. And I think that's because the game only considers the top level of the map when it's counting percentage points. So because we've explored extensively down below decks, as it were, we've got a lot of ground to cover yet. So, if you remember from last time, we looked at pretty much everything above grounds in the center and eastern portions of the map. And now, much like the cowboys of note, we will go west, young man, and see what they got there. Here's where Miss Tress lives. We're still thinking about getting $1,500 and purchasing a house and moving in with her. So, yeah, just on this way a little bit. Again, we're still on relatively good terms with the Buffalo Beefheads. The Beefhead Bulls, or whoever they are. The Beefhead Bulls. I don't know why I always call them the Buffalo Beefheads, but that just stuck in my craw, and I like it enough to keep it. So we're keeping out of fights wherever we can, on account of being so weak. But these guys are about to not like us very much as soon as we grab some money. And here we go. Something got that one. Oh, it was a scorpion. Now, they got a little hidden house over here. And its occupant is the German, apparently, ostrich bandito, Waroon. Zihijdat? Man, I can't even begin to pronounce some of this stuff. Yep. Anyway, that sure is another one of them. Unfortunately, we can't get any of his awesome-looking arsenal over there, but that's how it goes. We'll just grab the last of these bandits' money and then be on our way. We are now exploring up into the mountains, and this is we can circumvent this by going through the tunnels. So if you've been through the tunnels over there, I'll have a hat three-fingered Drew. There's really no reason to go down here unless you're looking for money, for exploration, or for some other things which we might find on the way. Either way, now that we've angered all these people, got this Wayne John's grave up there. Haha. And one of my grandpa's favorite actors of all time was John Wayne. Really appreciated the guy, so it's sad to see his body inverse lying there. Of course, again, we're not adverse to picking up the spoils of nature, and boy, that coyote is doing his duty for us. This is a little hidden annex. It's real easy to miss, but it has a bunch of money, which we want, and the second to last of those gold pieces, so we'll take that and feel thankful for it. And my goodness, but these mountains are just swarming with banditos. But that's all that it really is. It's a shortcut if you don't want to go through any of the tunnels. If you don't have a tunnel hat and you just feel like moving around above grounds. Anywhere in here is where a bandit will be if he's described as being in the desert. And obviously the place is just swarming with scorpions, snakes. Not so many coyotes, but scorpions and bandits are your two big warriors out here. Okay, they're already mad at us, so we might as well grab all that we can. Here's where you leave from the tunnels. I think we've been all through in here, yeah. This is where presumably the train will come eventually. Okay. Wild Bill doesn't really like us being around. And this may look like a boring screen, but a little further exploration reveals this hidden little annex down here. Boy, I hope I don't get killed. Yep, I sure did. I'm playing a real tough mix here, which is a combination of pacifist and bro. So there goes 200 more gold. I have lost a frankly embarrassing amount of gold here. I think I can get a bit closer just by taking the horse to the oil tycoons. I could actually go all the way to Santa Ana just on my horse, but I won't do that. Here's a pass through the mountains, which is nice if you don't want to take either the mountain route or the tunnels. There is one pass. It is, of course, as everything, choked with scorpions and bandits. Because that's the kind of world the West is. Okay, now let's see if we can get back into that... Oh, that was close. See if we can get back into that little annex there. Oop. I thought I was going to get some money, but the guy just dropped his hat, which I don't even care about. Okay, I think I successfully navigated the bandits. And who do we have down here? It is another ostrich bandito. Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is our, I guess he's got a Mexican accent. Oh, thank goodness he shot his friend and that took the bullet for me. Oh, that was so close. Yeah, he dropped me 20 bucks, so I'll take that. Okay. Man, it is stressful as the goodness playing as bro. I forgot about that. Especially, again, since we're not dealing with any of these threats what might be called the normal way. So I'm going to stay away from these guys if I can. Exploring the southernmost reaches of the desert here. Now, this hole connects, if we remember, there was a big drop in that led us right to the very bottom left chamber there. It had a place that said, you know, watch your step or be careful or something like that. And so if we get too close to this, we fall right down. Excuse me, and this is a one-way path down the mines, and we don't care about that, so we'll just make our escape here. Yeah. Take your iron somewhere else might sound like they're afraid, but they are actually still pretty much irritated at me, and will attack at a moment's notice. Again, just mostly open desert out here. It can be real hard to find a bounty if they're hiding somewhere out here. So let's just take this basically longitudinally, and it will explore north to south in different squares. I like how even out here in the desert, there's signs that this maybe used to be an area of somewhat greater prosperity. Here we find the entrance to Santa Ana. There is an achievement you can get for shooting enough of these lizards down. All you have to do is shoot them off the wall, and then away they run. And I don't know if that means anything. It can be hard because some of the little buggers are in town, and there's no reward for the thing besides achievements. And I've already got that achievement, and frankly, it would be kind of boring to watch me run around and find all of them. It's one of those things you can do if you're wanting to 100% the game. I have got almost all the achievements. There are 2 that I haven't gotten as of this point, and I do know how to get them. They're just not... they're a combination of tedium and sadness, so I haven't gotten them yet, and I might talk about which ones those are later. So we've left the open desert now, and we're back into a... Remember, I can kill coyotes with impunity. I thought that bandit was going to get alerted by me there, but I have never seen a scorpion kill a coyote. I didn't know that could happen. I wonder if the reverse can happen. Anyway, usually I would expect there to be a guy up here that I could talk to. That's somewhat unusual. This isn't him, is it? Oh, well, I'll be darned, I guess it is. I thought that was a bandit. Yeah, I'm friendly. Oh, British man. Everybody is here bad. Yeah, it is the West. His name is actually Brit, I see. So here's the other mercenary in the game, 300 greenbacks. You know what? I am absolutely going to blow it on Brit here. This is exactly the same as the Hailshot sisters, and I'm sure that this is just an awful investment of my money that I will not see any return on and probably prevent me from getting all the things that I want. Oh, gosh. And down he goes instantly. Well, I got 50 back from it anyway. Brit is no different than the Hailshot sisters. Mercenaries are, let me say, 100% not worth it in this game. It would be neater if there was some extra stuff you could do with them. Like if there was a place you could only get to if you had the Hailshot sisters or Brit or something like that. But they really didn't add in enough content to make it worth it. They cost a ton of money. They go down easily, just as we do, of course, but then they don't have magic revivification powers. And this place should be up and running again ever since we actually got the train running. Who's this character? Just a regular Santa Ana. You know what? I do like the heat. Fair enough. That's certainly true. I've seen wild dogs, I've seen hired guns in the Hailshot Sisters, and I've seen tons of bandits. Well, thanks, sir. And we can't actually... There we go. We gotta kind of back up. We can't actually do anything in here. The Santa Ana station is obviously a little bit more run down than the Clintonville one, which might change in time, who knows? Founder of the Transcontinental Railroads, no name. It's sort of a weird little thing in the game, but there we are. I don't think we've really explored Santa Ana before, but this is the other major town in the game. It's way over to the almost extreme west. And here's a lady we knew before. This is the miner's wife. Well, thank you. 150 is very welcome. That gets me back almost to pre-Brit levels. Well, I can understand that. We told her her husband was dead. Uh-oh. Don't want to know about it. We sure want to know about it. Yes. The inherent evilness of colorful slacks. Oh, thanks, miner's wife. That's a real pick-me-up. Well, we've got him almost down here. I don't think there's really too many more clues we can get. Here's the old Buffalo Express. This is the one part I think we did look at in Santa Ana. We don't have anything much to do there for now. There's a saloon in Santa Ana, just like there is in Clintonville. And it's pretty much the same deal. The saloons are very similar in the two towns. We can say we look familiar. Yeah, we did. I see. I'm sure that's true in the Old West. Ah, that's everything. There was a fun little piece of slang. There's card people here you can talk to, piano people. I don't think you can buy hats here, but then there is a top quality haberdashery in town. The fun little bit of Western slang that I've been sort of looking into learning, and one that I particularly liked was it's called "Man for Breakfast," and the idea is if a man is on the streets dead for breakfast, that's you have him for breakfast. And so if a lot of people have been killed in bar fights, you would say, oh, this saloon has had, whatever, 5 men for breakfast in the last month or something like that. Just, must be a Santa Ana, there you go. Yeah, that just must be, I don't know, a bit of slang from the rough, wild West. So here's the haberdashery. See, I see. Well, I am on a quest to pick up hats, and I will be doing that eventually for the fort. Let me just ask, how's it all going here? Oh, that's good. Sure. Well, it's good to know that they're doing well. And you can see that the people in the saloon and the general store in Clintonville are, in fact, employees of here. Alright, so she wants some people to work for her. And the deal is, you just sort of talk to women around Santa Ana until you find some that you offer to work at the haberdashery. I don't know if there's any in Clintonville, actually. But there's always 3, I think, around Santa Ana, so there's no reason to go looking up towards Clintonville. The terrible news they're referring to there, I see a lot of people talking about that. The terrible news is that Indians have moved in somewhere, which is sort of funny, because the Indians were kind of here already. There we go. 2 down. And people frequently reference while you're here that the town is hot, the town is dry. It's not really a great place to live right now. Obviously, the train has slowed down and stopped, and that's not the kind of thing that's going to bug us too much. Hey, there we go. Everybody says the same thing when you ask them to work at the Haberdashery. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, sure. And ran myself right out of town there. So that means once we've found everybody, we can take a hike back on up. And there we go. I don't actually already have 3 hats, but all they know is that I'm full of hats. Well, thanks, Miss Hat. Medium, tall, wide hat. Notice that they didn't give me a... they didn't give me that little tone and then picture that they usually do. That's because I already knew that clue. So here, you can talk to people and get hats of all different shapes and sizes. 10-gallon hats, bowlers, top hats, and if you ever have a hat that they don't know about, which there are some of those, which we may be seeing later, the miner's hat is one. You can take it there, and they'll learn to make it for you. Okay, there's really only one map area left that we haven't explored yet. So let's tackle it. I'm not curious to find out how lead tastes, actually, unfortunately. I forgot if there was gold down here or not, but, excuse me, gentlemen. Hey, look at this little area hidden by a tree here. This game is really lousy with secrets, and I like it a lot. It makes the areas that much more fun to explore. So this takes us on sort of a circuitous back path that's really hard to find. And look at this. That is the very last gold statuette bob thing. So that's nice to see. Okay, ease our way around these guys. And we saw a whole passel of money if we were observant when we were down in Santa Ana. This is a dry riverbed, and it ends in all of this. Goodness only knows how it got there, but it's nice for us to find it. You can actually walk along the creek bed, and you do have to be somewhat careful about the order in which you do things, because, not to spoil anything, but we will eventually be filling in this riverbed to resupply the town with delicious water. Now, you may be tempted to shoot these coyotes, but don't do it. Instead, talk to this man here, and it's all be darned the very last ostrich bandito. Oh. Yes, indeed. I guess he's a... I'm sorry, Britt couldn't be around to see this. I think Britt would have liked to have seen a fellow countryman. Unfortunately, he just didn't quite make it. This coyote you can feel fine about shooting, because it's just a jerk. But all the other ones will want to keep alive. I guess I should feel kind of bad shooting wild dogs and coyotes and all that. But, you know, when you live in the country and you grow up in these rough environments, you learn that... Oh, that's the I killed all the bandits music, because the coyote did it for me. Maybe I take back all the bad stuff I said. As I was saying, if you grow up in these harsh environments, you learn that animals aren't people, and you need to be okay with seeing them pass on. Here's the actual dam. People down in the valley or in the town don't actually seem to believe it exists, which is weird because it's definitely up here and it doesn't really take that much exploring to find it. Excuse me, gents. Just be down here. There's not really much down here. I'm kind of just coming down here for completion's sake. No money, just a little weird abandoned town. I wonder if this was supposed to be something of it originally? Oh gosh. Gave me kind of a fright when I got stuck on the bridge there. I was afraid I was going to get shot. But there are a few things for us to do now that we have, I believe, with that, seen everything. Oh, I was saying one thing before. We are going to be filling in that Hits you at 150%. I think that's everything. Oh, no, not quite. There's a little area south of the Indian camp. Now, we've seen that, but for whatever reason it didn't fill in my map. I thought it was more like 165. Anyway, yeah, if you fill in the riverbed before you meet that last ostrich bandito, just kind of out of luck as far as that goes. So, let's ride off, and one thing that we know to do is to return to the first bandito that we met, because he will want to see his friends. He tasked us with getting them all back together, and the fun part is, depending on which ostrich bandito you talk to first, you get different rewards. If we talk to that guy with all the coyotes, he would actually give us his coyotes as companions, which is kind of fun. And unfortunately, I talked to just about the worst one, because he will give you a hat, and if you find the ostrich banditos later, every time you talk to him again, he will give you a new hat. So he has an infinite supply of bowler hats, which is great if you wear hats. Unfortunately, that's not a thing I do. And if I had talked to one of the other ostrich banditos first, I get either coyote companions, $1,000, or a clue, I think are all the various choices. So let's go see that statue now that we've collected all of our various golden orbs. Well, there's a golden buffalo that runs around. Yes, sir. I did. Iniwa. Okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Spirits of the Wind. That's pretty matter of fact from what I was expecting. Okay. Now this golden bull runs around, and it poops gold. That's basically the reward, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not sure how much it is, and I'm just gonna kind of run back and forth collecting it. And so I'm gonna do that, and if it ever stops, then I will join you guys again. See you in a second. And welcome back, everybody. I seem to have topped out here. Our golden friend doesn't seem to be dropping any more money. Fortunately, we got a whole bunch of it already, so that's that. And we are now reaching just that part. Our sister is in town. We need to worry about the Indians and the military, and we need to worry about the chef and Miss Tress, where that's just about all the rest that we have going for us. And I had to make a bit of a decision, and I think that I have made it, which is to say, if we were going for the achievement, no more than a few people killed in the course of the game, I would right now go after the wanted, the murderer, because boy, we just know exactly who he is now. But as it is, I think I am going to draw a subtle distinction between two things. Notice that the buffalo is a companion of ours now and will follow us around. I think in some places it will not, but we'll get to that in a second. I think I'm going to draw a distinction between killing people in revenge or even in self-defense, as we just wander around when we don't really have to kill them. And, oh, hey, here's our train, and I'll be darned, it's our sister. Well, I sure was. I guess I'm also her little brother. I guess she's the oldest then. Well, thanks, sister. I absolutely do. And she's going to be around investigating things, so we'll join her in that. As I was saying, I think I'm going to draw a distinction between killing ourselves and carrying out duties, in a sense being deputized into keeping law and order in the West. And the reason is there's a particular kind of thing that I want to have happen, and I think it's best if it happens. I think that the way for it to happen will be for me to do a couple of those protection runs, and I hope that I'm going to kill as few people as possible, but I think that's going to have to include the protection run people, and then in the end, the murderers, the absolute necessary accomplices of the murderer, and then the murderer himself are going to be the ones that I kill. So we're going to call this a mostly pacifist run. A modified pacifist run. And I guess we already drove a one poor rancher completely out of business, so we're not too out of line and pushing things a little farther. And this is moral equivalency, isn't it? Okay, now I thought our sister was going to be around here at the ranch. Oh, I bet she means our home ranch. I forgot that we were also ranchers. So there's a bit of a follow where you're going to be just tracking around with your sister a bit. It's sort of a good way to get familiar with the terrain if you haven't seen it all already. I can see that she'd want to come back here and see this. Poor sister. Yeah, I don't blame you. Now we're giving other people clues. We will find the cockerel. I do. And she's going to go see the fort now. So that's fine. We'll head out there and see the fort. Again, this area is just kind of introduces you to some of the major areas of the game, which is it's a neat way to do it. I really appreciate it. You know, I mean, obviously our sister is out for the same kind of vengeance that we are. And here she is. It is. She's a real no-nonsense kind of gal. Martial law, huh? Alright. Interesting. So this guy has worked for the tycoon, has been in the military. Anyway, she's got to get out near Santa Ana, she said. So I think we'll do the family thing and follow her on out there. Where'd you get to, sister? I believe that she's somewhere out here now. Although whether she's in town or up here is not immediately obvious to me. Don't shoot the golden buffalo! That's 2 people I care about now. Which is 2 more than before, I'll give it that. No, not up here yet, okay. I don't exactly know her capabilities, but I kind of imagine Sis could handle herself if it came to that. Like I said, I think the golden buffalo is going to follow us until we go someplace that it just can't follow. At which point, if I'm right, I think it explodes into more money. You know, I really probably should go and buy the house right now. That probably makes the most sense. But something in me, some stubborn attitude. Oh, it's going to be so awful if I lose almost $1,500 on this stupid thing. Just getting the little guided tour here of Santa Ana. After we find Sis and find out what all she's up to, we are going to do something which I never would have thought of on my own. I actually had to look at a guide for this one, so I'm excited to show that off. No, I thought I was going to find her around. Let me do one little tour, and I will catch you guys back in a second. Welcome back, everybody. I apologize for that little distraction there. I just had to do a little bit of exploring and find out where everything was at, so we're going to move our way back down to Clintville. And hey, look what we have up here in the graveyard. That's Sister. Well, I am not here for the Undertaker. Fair enough. Also a good little clue that the Undertaker is somebody we can get to help with the train clearing. Although I guess we would already know that by now because this is the sister. Alright. Well, so we now have just a little more confirmation. And indeed, Santa Ana is drying up fast. Note now that Sister also cleared out the graveyard. So we can talk to this lady here. And there we go. She's going to go talk to her dad. We can get another clue from her up there. Do we still have the quest? Yeah. Let's go up here so we can complete it. We don't really need to. Again, we have every clue that we could ever possibly need. But... oh, did it complete? I guess it was already completed. My fault. Anyway, that is a nice way in a pacifist, or as we are doing, pacifist-ish run to clear the graveyard without needing to murder anybody. So now we head back to Santa Ana. In a regular run, I think you're just supposed to sort of explore around a bit and find your sister as you explore the map gradually. Now she will be, I believe, one east of the Santa Ana station. Just kind of out in the desert. One nice thing about Sis is everywhere she goes, she clears the area of bandits, but not scorpions, apparently. I don't know. Oh, yeah, look. Looks like... I guess that might have been one of ours. Yeah, it is pretty awfully hot out here. They certainly do, Sis. Uh-huh. Well, there we go. We were getting an enormous number of clues from her, incidentally. Give it an old lick and a promise. We could almost find the guy just based off of Sister's clues, which is pretty nice. Anyway, I think she instantly transports, if I'm not mistaken, to her second to last place. And again, this, if you haven't been out this way, there's no real clues saying that she's going this way. Just a sort of general interest that she's shown in dealing with the drought up here. She kind of gets sidetracked, and I blame her for that, but we're kind of the world champions of that. Notice that all the bandits are dead, and that is on account of Sis being up here now. She can absolutely handle herself, you gotta give her that. Yes, you did. Well, what a scumbag, right? So he did this as well. Wide, medium, tall Mexican hat. Hasta luego, sister. I really like her arc, actually. Just that she comes back and gets herself involved in a really protagonist-y way. And, in fact, there's no way for you to deal with this problem other than to get your sister involved in it. So, as I mentioned before, I think it's gonna... yeah, there we go. I didn't know this happened instantly, actually. I think I've waited a day before, but maybe the time worked out just perfectly. It is great. The town is way better now. Well, there we go. Yeah, that's true, sis. Oh? There we go, dark brown. I mean, again, we don't need clues. But, and I think after that whole quest, we really do have all that we need to find it. Okay, so there's a few things left to do. Indians versus military is still going on. Mistress is still going on. Are we supposed to talk to her again for the hat or something? I guess this one is never going to complete, but that's fine. Staying in the mines should be done now. And we've got more than enough for for our house there. We've finished paying respects, but I guess we can't finish it. Anyway, there's only a few things left to do. If you remember, we still have, from forever ago, a quest from the fort, which is to get hats. And the sheriff pointed us towards Rancher Bob. So since we're here already... Actually, I take it back. We're going to do one thing first. We are going to head to Rancher Bob's. We're going to go through this whole thing again. How can I help? And we'll say we'll come help him later. And now, I think we just go back to Clintonville. And let's go take a little talk to our sheriff. I sure can't. I know. I could use a little help, Mr. Sheriff. Help with the buffalo drive. And he says, nothing doing unless there's some real danger. Which is good to know. And we know, if we actually do go on that ride, that you know what? There is some real danger. That is the unfortunate part, that the beefhead bulls, the buffalo beefheads as I like to call them, are going to interfere. So let's see if we can go talk to them a little bit. See if we can get the skinny from them. It's true, I ain't no bandit. They don't want anything to do with me, huh? Alright. And it looks like, after I did just a bit of poking around there, that I got one thing wrong. And in fact, there are 3 jobs that we need to worry about. The banker knows about a job. He needs someone to protect a carriage carrying something valuable. And in fact, that is the Santa Ana carriage driver there. So let's head back. Let's see what he's got to say. And yep, I'm the banker man. I do have some things to take care of first. And again, this is what I never would have thought of doing, is saying I have things to take care of first, because nothing in the game really points you to this. Sure can't. I know, buddy. Could use some help. Banker wants some help protecting a thing. Really? What if I make you? Aw. There's a way I can get him. There we go. Sorry, I forgot about this dialogue tree here. We say we need someone reliable. Okay. I forgot that sometimes I'm a little eager with the gun there. Forgot that cajoling rather than threatening is going to be the way through this. Alright. Get ourselves ready. We'll be doing the first real shooting of this. You see the sheriff there in the background. So let's go.